Good morning, everyone. Andy here. Excited to be here with you guys. We are having another great day of sniper trading here at the ATW. This has been a pretty incredible week for the sniper, considering the fact that it's the dead of the summer. You know, the slowest, worst, usually historically the worst trading time of the year, late in August, mid to late August, and we've just been having a great week. Now today wasn't quite as clean, a little bit more choppy and range bound than each of the other days this week. So we spent our time today highlighting and showing sniper owners how to utilize these techniques, how to not be a robot. That's really been our focus for the entire summer. How to use some of the training that we provide to not feel the need to pull the trigger on every signal, but how to be able to identify the trades that are a little bit higher rated and higher quality. So we're going to start by looking at the DAX and show how accurate and unbelievable the DAX was again today. It was the most clean and crisp market. It's been really trading at such a phenomenal level all week long. It was the cleanest market to trade today. Now, there were a lot of profits to be had in other markets if you were willing and able to pick a few of the better spots, but in the DAX, just pretty much firing away, worked exceptionally well. Starting at 6:30 a.m., you can see we have 6 Sniper Extreme wins in a row, just, pretty robotically trading the auto signal calling Pulse Extreme Blackline Cross system. Then we had this buy, and you can see we put a line through it. We talked about this live in the real-time trade room, why we would not be interested in this buy. We had a market that had double topped, okay, and was coming down, and we had no slope whatsoever to the upside in our action line. So this is a completely counter-trend trade. The action line is black. You can see the market has not respected our blue line at all, or our blue bars at all, by moving higher at this point. So pretty easy to stay off of that. We spent about 5 minutes describing why the sell was significantly higher than the buy and how one would be able to sit and wait for that sell to appear and take that as your trade. There are some real benefits to hanging out with us in the live room. So as you can see, that was winner number 7 there, and this is winner number 8, winner number 9. So very, very accurate action today. We got a couple of additional short winners here. Winner number 10, 11, and 12. And if you were black box roboting here, you would have had your second loss. So 12 and 2 is a black box robot since 6:30. Pretty unreal. But again, very easy. We talked about this one live as it was happening. Very easy to pass on this short. We had an explosive move to the upside here. Our action line is doing nothing but drive higher. No slope, no even flattening of the action line. We just kept moving higher the whole time. Very easy to stay off of that trade and to be ready and interested and excited to take the buy. So outstanding price action. And the DAX, again, since 6:30 a.m., was 12 wins on 2 losses, even if you just pulled the trigger on every signal. That's some pretty clean price action in the DAX. Gold and crude oil were not quite as clean today as they were the other days this week. Let's start with gold. I want to highlight one specific thing we taught on today. Way to view this price action and a way to, first of all, here's how I posed the question in our real-time live room. I said, guys, if you were going to take one of the 3 of these trades, these auto-generated signals, which one of the 3 would be the highest rated and highest quality? And we looked at the market in this way, not knowing, that we were going to move up solidly. First off, the background of this market is what? A very explosive move to the upside. Okay, we have a strong uptrend, very explosive move to the upside, and then we've been moving sideways for about 9 minutes. Okay, we moved sideways for about 9 minutes. And here's what we talked about, okay? The last trade is by far the highest rated of these three signals. Why? Because it broke out of the range. Two main reasons. It broke out of the range. The entry would have occurred 4 ticks above the prior high. So it's showing momentum to break out. The other huge thing, and makes it a very solid opportunity to have engaged in, is it's in the direction that the market was moving prior to the consolidation. We got a strong move higher, then we consolidated very tightly, mind you. We didn't pull back at all. Lots of red bars, and the market did not respect those red bars by going lower. It moves sideways. This tells us that the odds and probabilities favor continuation to the upside. So since we got this signal, and the signal occurred and came on the breakout, and it's in the direction of the prior move after getting red bars that the market didn't respect, all those things come together to make this a very quality trade, and it makes it very easy to ignore these other two signals inside the consolidation range. Okay, so that's just one of, we spent all morning long with examples like this, helping sniper owners pick the higher rated trades, help them learn to become traders and not just robots. We try to highlight a few of these every recap session, but the live session we do a lot more. And you can see some great trades here out of crude oil. So crude oil was very solid today. Here's another big example. Let's see, how do I... Let me work to get this chart looking as good as I can for us. I guess I want to take more of the left side off. There we go. I guess that's pretty good. Okay, so here's what I want to highlight for you guys on this opportunity. First of all, it's happened around the same time, or we had just gotten a nice move up. So you can see the solid transition, the solid move to the upside. And what I wanted to point out, what I pointed out in our live room in real time, and I wanted to point out to you guys here, is this formation that you see right here. We have a very symmetrical 3 higher highs. The market's moving up hard, and then it retraces very symmetrically higher, pulls back, the same size pullback as the first pullback, and then it moves higher again for a third higher high. This is an exhaustion pattern. This is an exhaustion pattern, and one that you want to recognize when it's happening in real time. Now, on our slow pulse settings, our more conservative extreme pulse settings that we've switched to for summertime trading here to highlight in the main room, you can see we don't get any signals. The signal comes over here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That's a great signal for a winner. But let's stay over here for a moment. We don't get any signals, but guess what? Let me bring up our chart with our standard indicator or standard extreme settings on them. Okay, this is the same. Actually, let me go side by side here. Okay, so this is side by side what we were just looking at. And this is the having extreme pulse settings of 2 through 11 rather than 5 through 15 like we do on the left-hand chart. We use these standard settings most of the year. We use the settings that are on the right-hand chart most of the year because the market has much wider ranges and more quality price movement. But in the summer, things get more consolidated, so we go to a more conservative settings. But look at, now we have 4 different signals prior to getting this final signal up in here. 5 signals, actually. why, let's run through this, okay? Why are these first two red signals no good, and then this last red signal really good? Why is this first blue signal really good and this second blue signal not good? Well, let's look at it, okay? First of all, look at our action line. What's it doing? Our action line is sloping higher and aggressively so the whole time. Okay, we're not going to want to get short without some significant evidence. So that nixes these two trades. There's just not enough quality evidence or reason to want to be short on these signals. The first buy signal is a great trade. It's in the direction of the short-term trend, the action line. Boom. It's in the direction of the momentum, so we're on that right away. Now, we want to recognize and notice what's happening. We're seeing exhaustion. 3 higher highs, as we described on the left-hand chart there. Anticipating this third higher high makes me willing to be aggressive on this short signal. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying this is a high-rated, great trade. Not at all. But what I am saying, for aggressive traders that like to take a lot of trades and are looking to be active, this is a very valid sell. These other two are not. There's not enough there. But this 3-wave symmetrical exhaustion pattern, you will see this at the end of moves all the time. And you want to get to a place where you can recognize it. So that makes this short, if you're an aggressive style trader, very valid, even though you don't have action line confirmation yet. And that goes on to be a big winner. Now, I'm not going to take this buy, even though it's in the direction of the trend and everything, because of this exhaustion pattern that's happening right here. Okay, because of the exhaustion pattern happening right here, this buy is not a trade I would take. So out of these 5 aggressive signals from the standard settings, these are the only 2 that are higher rated, quality enough trades to execute. Okay? And you can see why some traders would rather just trade off of the more conservative chart over here, because it doesn't get any of those signals. It just waits. It just waits and gives you the best signal. It waits for all that mumbo jumbo to be done, and then it fires off a signal and gives you a great winner. So for some of you, you know, there's reasons why you're going to love the more conservative chart, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for others of you that like to be a little bit more aggressive, get out there and have more opportunities, and are willing to learn how to weed through some of the signals that aren't as ideal, we give you the skills and tools to do that by teaching you these types of things. Okay? Now, the other point to making this signal over here so nice, obviously we've already had that 3 higher highs occur. Let me blow this chart back up. We've already had the 3 higher highs occur, you know, so we already know that that exhaustion has occurred. Then we pull back and we retest, minor double top, and then you can add to that, of course, this gorgeous downside divergence. We're moving higher in the price action. The OS lines are moving lower, and then we put in an equal high in the OS line and then a quality low. So really, really nice opportunity to wait for the move higher to exhaust and then get the short. The other thing, Jay's going to come in and talk after our recap session here. We're going to do a question and answer and a mini training session. And there was a massive, very high quality DPTL resistance zone right up in here. So not only did we have all these factors from a sniper perspective that I just highlighted and talked about, but there was also a DPTL zone that you easily could have had constructed beforehand. And with that added ammunition, it made shorting this top with this aggressive signal right here, or being a little bit more conservative and waiting for this signal, very easy. And you can see that went on to be a nice winner, you know, 15 or more ticks available there. Okay, so I hope you guys found this session valuable. Lots of, you know, the DAX, you could have just been a robot and done great. 12 winners, 2 losses. Some of these other markets, lots of great opportunities. You were going to be at your best if you were willing to weed a few of them out with some of the techniques we talk about and teach on. But overall, another very, very solid day of sniper scalping. And wow, what a great week. And